Hello everyone, and welcome to the channel Lecture for Sleep. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most essential, yet often neglected aspects of our lives, sleep. We spend about a third of our lives doing it, but how much do we really understand about its power? Let's start with a simple question. How did you sleep last night? For many of us, the answer is probably not great. You're not alone. Millions of people struggle with sleep, and it impacts everything from our mood to our long-term health. But the good news is, understanding sleep is the first step to improving it. So get comfortable, maybe not too comfortable, and let's explore the fascinating world of sleep together. First, let's talk about why we even need to sleep. It's not just about resting our tired bodies. While you're asleep, your brain is incredibly active. It's like a diligent night shift crew, working hard to clean up, repair, and organize. One of its most critical jobs is memory consolidation. Imagine your brain is a library. During the day, you're constantly throwing new books, new information and experiences onto the floor. At night, your brain librarian carefully picks up each book, figures out where it belongs, and neatly places it on the correct shelf. This is how short-term memories are converted into long-term ones. So, that all-nighter you pulled to study for an exam. It might have been counterproductive. Without sleep, that information never gets properly filed away. Another vital function is cellular repair. As we go about our day, our bodies accumulate waste products and cellular damage. Sleep triggers the release of growth hormone, which helps repair and rebuild our muscles, bones, and tissues. It's like taking your car to the mechanic every single night for a full tune-up. Your immune system also gets a major boost during sleep. It produces proteins called cytokines, which are crucial for fighting off infections and inflammation. This is why when you're feeling sick, your body instinctively craves more sleep. It's your immune system's way of saying, I need to power up to fight this thing. So think of sleep as your body's ultimate recovery and defense mechanism. Now, let's get into the architecture of sleep. It's not just one long, continuous state of unconsciousness. We actually cycle through different stages of sleep throughout the night, and each stage has a unique purpose. These cycles are broadly divided into two types: NREM, or non-rapid eye movement sleep, and REM, or rapid eye movement sleep. A full cycle typically lasts about 90 to 110 minutes, and we go through 4 to 6 of these cycles each night. We start with NREM stage 1. This is that very light, drowsy state right after you close your eyes. You're easily woken up. You might experience muscle twitches or that strange sensation of falling. It's a very brief transition into sleep. Next is NREM stage 2. This is where we spend the most time, about half of our total sleep. Your heart rate and body temperature drop and your brain waves slow down. This stage is crucial for memory consolidation and getting your body ready for deeper sleep. Then comes NREM stage 3, which is the deep sleep phase. This is the good stuff. During this stage, it's very difficult to wake someone up. Your brain produces slow, deep delta waves. This is when most of the physical restoration happens. Your body repairs tissues, builds bone and muscle, and strengthens the immune system. Waking up from this stage is what leaves you feeling groggy and disoriented. We get more of this deep sleep in the first half of the night. Finally, we enter REM sleep. This is where the magic happens. Your brain activity suddenly looks very similar to when you're awake. Your eyes dart back and forth rapidly behind your closed eyelids, which is where the name comes from. Your breathing becomes faster and irregular, and your heart rate and blood pressure increase. But here's the fascinating part. Your body is essentially paralyzed. This is a protective mechanism called muscle atonia, which prevents you from acting out your dreams. And yes, REM sleep is when we have our most vivid, story-like dreams. This stage is absolutely vital for emotional regulation, problem solving, and creativity. As the night goes on, our REM periods get longer, which is why you're more likely to remember a dream if you wake up in the morning. So what happens when we don't get enough quality sleep? The consequences of sleep deprivation are far-reaching. In the short term, you'll feel tired, irritable, and have trouble concentrating. Your reaction time slows down, making activities like driving dangerous. Drowsy driving is a huge public health issue. comparable to driving under the influence. Your judgment is impaired, and you're more likely to make poor decisions. You might find yourself craving unhealthy, high-calorie foods because sleep deprivation messes with the hormones that regulate your appetite, ghrelin and leptin. The long-term effects are even more concerning. Chronic sleep loss is linked to a higher risk of serious health problems, including obesity, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and high blood pressure. Your immune system becomes weaker, making you more susceptible to illnesses. It also has a significant impact on mental health. There's a strong link between poor sleep and conditions like anxiety and depression. It can become a vicious cycle. Anxiety makes it hard to sleep, and lack of sleep makes anxiety worse. This is why prioritizing sleep is not a luxury. It's a fundamental pillar of health, just as important as diet and exercise. If you're struggling with sleep, please know that you're not alone and there are effective strategies you can try. This is often referred to as practicing good sleep hygiene. One of the most powerful things you can do is maintain a consistent sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up around the same time every day. Yes, even on weekends. This helps regulate your body's internal clock, or circadian rhythm. Your body thrives on routine. Next, create a relaxing bedtime ritual. This signals to your brain that it's time to wind down. This could be anything from reading a book, a physical book, not on a screen, taking a warm bath, listening to calm music, or doing some light stretching. The key is to find what works for you and make it a consistent habit. Avoid stimulating activities before bed, like intense exercise, stressful conversations, or watching thrilling movies. Your bedroom environment is also crucial. It should be a sanctuary for sleep. Keep it cool, dark, and quiet. Blackout curtains, an eye mask, and earplugs can be incredibly helpful. And let's talk about the elephant in the room, screens. The blue light emitted from our phones, tablets, and computers suppresses the production of melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. Try to put away all screens at least an hour before bed. I know it's hard, but it can make a huge difference. Your bed should be for sleep and intimacy only. Don't work, eat, or watch TV in bed. You want your brain to associate your bed with sleep, not with wakefulness. What you consume during the day also matters. Be mindful of caffeine and alcohol. Caffeine is a stimulant that can stay in your system for many hours. It's best to avoid it in the afternoon and evening. While alcohol might make you feel sleepy initially, it disrupts your sleep architecture later in the night, especially REM sleep, leaving you feeling unrested in the morning. A large meal or drinking too many fluids right before bed can also lead to discomfort and trips to the bathroom that interrupt your sleep. Regular physical activity is fantastic for sleep, but try to finish your workout at least a few hours before bedtime so your body has time to cool down. Exposure to natural light during the day, especially in the morning, is also very important for anchoring your circadian rhythm. A quick walk outside after you wake up can do wonders for your sleep later that night. Now, sometimes despite our best efforts, sleep just doesn't come easily. If you find yourself lying in bed awake for more than 20 minutes, don't just lie there and fret. This can create a negative association with your bed. Instead, get up, go to another room, and do something quiet and relaxing in dim light until you start to feel sleepy. Then go back to bed. It's also important to recognize when you might need more help. If you're consistently having trouble sleeping, if you snore loudly and wake up gasping for air, or if you feel excessively sleepy during the day despite getting enough hours at night, it might be a sign of a sleep disorder like insomnia or sleep apnea. In these cases, it's really important to talk to a doctor or a sleep specialist. They can provide a proper diagnosis and treatment plan. Remember, seeking help for a health issue, including sleep problems, is a sign of strength. There are many effective treatments available, from cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia to devices that help with sleep apnea. So, to wrap up, sleep is not a passive state of rest, but an active, dynamic process that is fundamental to our physical health, mental well-being, and overall performance. By understanding the stages of sleep and the importance of our circadian rhythm, we can start to make conscious choices that promote better rest. Building healthy sleep hygiene habits might take time and effort, but the payoff is immense. You'll have more energy, a better mood, a stronger immune system, and a sharper mind. Start small. Pick 1 or 2 things to focus on this week. Maybe it's setting a consistent bedtime, or putting your phone away an hour before you turn in. See how it feels. Your journey to better sleep starts with that first step. Thank you so much for joining this lecture on sleep. I hope you found it helpful and feel empowered to prioritize your rest. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. We have a lot more to explore together. Now go on and have a great night's sleep.